Hey guys, welcome to the Gods Unchained beta with the TheProfesserf. Alright, it's time for our Monday Mythic meta for the ranked weekend event that ran on August 13, 14, and 15. Let's take a look at our results. So here's our list of top players. We can see that first place took 23 wins, almost a perfect run, just 2 losses. We have 3 players tying with 21 wins, and that's our top 4 right there. And then we have several players with 20 wins fighting for those last spots of 8th, 9th, 10th. Speaking of 8th, I managed to finish in 8th place unofficially, so will remain to be seen when the official results are published on who gets the final spots in the top 10. Let's take a closer look at our ranked weekend in more details. So just before this ranked weekend event started, there was a balance patch that had been announced for a while now that was finally released into the game. In the balance patch, there were some big changes to some cards in the game that affected Magic, Death, and War. And as you can see, the players responded by playing War this weekend. We can see that in our top 20, 10 players played War, 3 players played Magic, 2 players played Death along with Nature. Deception also managed 2 players, and then Light, only 1 player played Light in the top 20. It'll be interesting to see on the upcoming weekends to see if players adapt and start countering War, or if more players will jump onto the War bandwagon. In our top 10, War took 5 places, 1st, 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 9th. Death took 3rd place. Deception took 2 spots, 4th and 7th. Magic took 6th place. And Nature took 10th. Light was shut out from our top 10 this weekend. The deck with 23 wins for this weekend was War. Death and Deception managed 21 wins. And then we have Light, Nature, and Magic managing 20 wins. For a simplified look at our deck archetypes, we can see Control remains steady with 10 players in the top 20 playing a Control deck. Aggro popped up a little bit with 8 players playing Aggro in our top 20. And then we have a tie here with mid-range and combo decks, 1 player each in the top 20 playing a mid-range deck and a combo deck. Specifically, the Magic combo deck with Portal Wranglers. Let's take a look at our decks in detail. Here's our 23-win War deck. It's a Control War deck with the Onslaught God Power. We've seen this list before. It's a unique list in that it runs Reinforcement and Friendly Mimic. The Deadly Control War deck specializes in keeping the board clear early on with Auric Rush, the new and improved Enduring Shield, Tavern Brawlers, Pyramid Warden. It's looking to get some value with Na'vi Pillager, Trojan Battle Mage, Magic Missile Launcher, Jason, Medea's Muse. Has some removal in the form of Carnage Sweep, Harvest Arachne, and then some endgame with Hector and Demogorgon. Keep in mind that this deck also manages to extend additional value with a combination of Jason with the Friendly Mimic. Another War variant that did well this weekend is a Slayer aggro deck. This War deck managed 20 wins. The Slayer God Power allows your relic that you've equipped to keep gaining 1 durability every turn that you use the God Power. So in a way, you can have an infinite relic. And the Slayer God Power is often used with Sites of the Harvest, but now with the new and improved Enduring Shield, it's also a valid target for the Slayer God Power to keep extending the durability on the shield. Slayer specializes in cheap creatures that you spam onto the board. You are able to sacrifice some of your creatures with Out of Misery to get a card draw from the deck of a creature that has been buffed with a +3/+3 attack and +3 health. And then you're looking to burst down your opponent with big explosive turns with Whetstone, Sharpen, Warmonger Smith. Another war deck that performed well this weekend is another different God Power using Enrage. This one is my own personal version. I managed 20 wins with it. This version of War focuses on an aggro playstyle. I'm looking to go wide and fast early on with cards like Card Shark, Pyramid Warden, Boiled Blood Outlaw, Bladecaster, and then I'm looking to support them with cards like Enduring Shield, Deadly Arsenal, Athenian Archer, Wicked Fae, Vanguard Axwoman, Tavern Brawler. The Enraged God Power comes in handy where you're able to give a creature on your board +2 attack to allow for trades or additional damage. Then I have late game burst in the form of red fume serum or overproof brew. Last thing to mention about my deck is that it focuses mainly on core and welcome cards, so it's a budget deck that's accessible for many players, with the only cards that's not core or welcome in the Pyramid Warden, which is from the Genesis set. The Pyramid Warden can be replaced with Skeleton Heavy. If you're interested in learning more about my deck, I recently released a video, which is a deck guide deep dive, along with some walkthrough and also some gameplay. You can check out that video on my channel. Our best death deck managed 21 wins. This one uses Soulburn, and this one is a controlled death deck. Even though you can see that a lot of the cards are focused on the low curve, the playstyle of this deck focuses on controlling your opponent through stalls and removals. You have Siren of the Grave, which puts all enemies to sleep. You have Ragnarok, burns all creatures. Removal with Blight Bomb. You have Dust to Dust. And then you're looking to take advantage of the afterlife effects of Siren of the Grave and Possessed Acolyte using cards like Living Container, Canopic Hoarder, Sand Scorpion. Our best deception deck managed 21 wins, and this one's the Hidden Rush aggro version with cheat god power. You're looking to go fast early on to hit your opponent and overwhelm them with cards like Shadow of Lethanon, Wild Hog, Switch Duelist, Pyramid Warden, and Skeleton Heavy. You're looking to buff those creatures up with Dark Knives and Assassin's Aim. You do have some removal with Sleep Darts, Hunting Traps, and Slipblade. And you have some mid-game support with Jinxblade Duelist, Shadewalker, and Avatar of Deception. Our best magic deck managed 20 wins, and this one's control ramp magic with the Clear Mind God power. We see the standard early game cards like Shadow Scryer, Star Shard Bolt, Tracking Bolt. We do see the ramp as well with Sip of Elixir, even though it's been changed to not draw a card anymore, it's still playable. We have Guardian of the Gates for more ramp, Mana Toad, and Crystal Axe. We have a little bit of change in our removal. We now run Crystal Rain, Ratify, Archimedes Mirror, and one Astric Implosion due to the change with Astric Implosion from a stronger AoE to now a more targeted burst damage. We have strong late game cards like Demogorgon, Helion Elite, Echaphon, Circe, Frey, and Avatar Magic. Our best nature deck managed 20 wins, and this one's a mid-range nature deck with the Animal Bond God power. You have your standard strong early play from nature with Marshwalker, Underbrush Boar, Wild Hog, Faefane Blade, Canopy Barrage, Ornery Goat, Managarma. You're looking to transition into a strong mid-game with cards like Lightning Strike, Selena, Overgrown Rhino, Avatar of Nature, Green Giant, and then the Jaguar Staff. You have strong late game plays with Pious Giant and Charging Oryx. Our best light deck finished with 20 wins, and this one's our Zoo aggro deck with the Summon Acolyte God power. Fairly standard early game strong cards like Cudgel of Atonement, the Blind Martyr, Olympian Guard. You have warded creatures to create problems for your opponent like Bartleys, Bright Mage, Highborn Knight. And then you have powerful light cards like Light's Levy, Master of Indulgences, Canonize, and your top end of Asterius with Pious Giant. Taking a quick look at our meta for the ranked weekend event at the Mythic level, we can see that the God matchups have shifted dramatically. For the first time, nature is not the most popular God anymore. We have 1/3, 30% of our players in the Mythic rank for the ranked weekend playing War, and for good reason, at an astonishing 55.8% win rate. All the other gods were sitting with less than 50% win rate. War, all green across the board against all the other gods. Nature remains popular at 26% and sports the second highest win rate. We see a drop in Magic and Light, less than 10% played, due to a lopsided win rate versus War. Light only winning 40% of the time against War, and the same with Magic. Do keep in mind that the win rate and popularity are just an aggregate. As I went over in the top 20, we've seen certain players playing decks like Magic deck finishing in the top 10, top 20, along with Deception. So individual results will vary, but overall, our meta is shifting where more players are looking at War. All right, so here's our top players again. Congratulations on everyone for a great performance, and good luck on your packs when you get them. I am quite happy with my currently unofficial top 8 finish here. So for those of you that stick around to the end of my video, I'd like to know if you do So please type a number 8 in the comments so that way I'll know who you are. Thank you very much.